And now, your host of last month in the worlds of Minecraft, JoJoNAloha.
Thank you, everybody. It is good to be here. Minecraft is living up to the name. Everybody on the server had their head explode trying to understand what this was.
Do we want to get it? Oh, goodness. What? Oh, wait. That's what it is.
That's an artist done.
Oh, it's gonna hatch. It's the red thing's gonna hatch.
That's disgusting.
That piece of red. It ate it again.
Oh,
Keep feeding it.
Oh, I feel like this is a bad idea. Oh my goodness.
What is it?
what is going on this server?
What if he misses? Let's go. Don't miss.
And if that wasn't enough, first came the bank, then came Bonk, and now it's Mini Bonk. We saw the return of Vampire Scott and Vampires SMP, and Hermitcraft Season 10 is officially over now. It was a great season filled with too many epic builds, pranks, minigames, and memories to cover here. Apparently, if you want a good night's sleep, don't hide under a good night's sleep bed.
What in the world is going on here? Oh no, this is gonna be a mob farm in here. 80, what's going on? He's having a little trouble. I'll help him.
And Beef thought good night sleep beds had a bed bug problem. Turns out it was much worse. The Copper Age was released, and we can look forward to Mounts of Mayhem. Tubbo was destroyed by Jens. The fight itself was neck and neck, but just look how much that loss affected him.
Good game. But that was only one of our two challenges. Oh, it's actually quite close.
I got one left!
Larry?
Come on! Come on!
I think I'm done.
Jens wins!
I think.
What about Tubbo? Okay, Jens wins. It's official. I heard from the other room. Jens is the winner.
I think I got it.
This is one of those photo finishes. This was super fun. Super fun.
Thank you, everybody. We have a great show for you. Jay Viney's here. Welcome to Last Month in the Worlds of Minecraft, a show about the many worlds of Minecraft, worlds created by all of you out there. I'm your host, JoJoNAloha. For our first segment, let's take a quick look at what the community has been up to this month. First up, we have Happy Gas Robot Base by Mandamin. This little robot design reminds me of a robot I had as a kid. And here's a gas station by Blaze85, the perfect gas station for a small town. Then here's the USS Theodore Roosevelt by Crafty Fox YT. It took nearly 2 years on this build, and it shows. This is just epic. And here's two favorite sea creatures by Sensitive Tax 5332. What better way to celebrate your favorite things than to make them do battle? And here's a Happy Gassed Exosuit by Trickster Crows. Great minds think alike. Here's another take on a Happy Gassed style robot. I like how different they are too. I really like the little visor on this one. And don't forget, you can find the link to all these builds down in the description. All right, everybody, let's give it up for our guest tonight, Jay.
Hello.
Welcome, Jay. Good to have you here.
Lovely to be here.
So how did you first get into Minecraft?
Overall, actually, I got into Minecraft pretty late, I would say, late in the piece. There's a lot of people who've been into it for a very, very long time. And I would say it wasn't until the main pandemic kind of the event of that I properly got into it, other than just like playing it every so often as a small child. But technically I got into it through MCC. I really enjoyed watching a lot of the stronger MCC players. And then eventually a friend of mine mentioned that they were watching a new series that was coming out that was called Last Life.
Yeah.
And I sort of had a look at that and found this familiar name of Scott Major and started watching Scott's Last Life, which in turn introduced me to the lovely Pearl, who has now become my my main sort of intro into the Hermitcraft life series, all of that kind of world. Because I realized that there was more to Minecraft than just this silly game where I played as a kid that was just making little zombie torture chambers as a small one, and realized that there was sort of storytelling involved, and I love storytelling.
Yeah, Pearl's really good at that.
Yeah.
If you had to pick your favorite Minecraft update, which would it be?
That's actually a really tough question, because I like pretty much every update. I'm into whatever's up for offer. And the ones that I think are the most impactful to me are the ones that really have big gameplay implications and really have a lot of things that the community can take and really evolve and make content from. So I must say, which is probably a fairly typical answer, would be the Nether update, just because of all the speedrunning additions. I love Warped Wood as well, just as a building block.
Yeah.
So the Nether update really added a lot for that, I would say, as my main answer to that, other than like the Deep Dark update as well, with the Warden and the Skulk sensors and the exploration implications.
Yeah. What are you excited to see in future of Minecraft?
Well, as I said, I'm sort of into anything that is available. Like, I really like anything that just sort of explores the world, because I tend to go into updates blind, which is, I don't do a lot of research into them. I just sort of let things come as they are, which means I really love exploring the world, and anything that I'm like, oh, I've actually never seen that one before, is really fun. I would love to, so I don't 100% know what's going on in the next update, but I, like everyone else, would love to see an end update eventually.
Yeah, I think that's on everybody's list. Yeah, going into it not knowing about the update is like a really fun way to play, because then you get to, it's all like kind of like all the old Minecraft creators talk about the old style where you really had no idea what was going on, and like kind of a new update, if you go in blind, you kind of get that experience again. But I have a hard time not knowing everything. Like, I watch all the Minecraft, teasers and stuff. So
one thing I've actually really loved is recently, so I play a life series sort of version with some people who are in the audience here, and we updated to the Happy Birth update, and I didn't know anything about them going in, and just had an absolute blast being shown the ropes of what on earth was going on with them, and just kind of having to figure it out. And I kept being accidentally shoved into the sort of driving role and being like, hey guys, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Trying to move these things around. So it is a very fun way to play if you can handle the brief not knowing and not staying up to date with everything.
Yeah. What inspired you to start making songs about Minecraft?
It's interesting, because I would say I'm a songwriter first and foremost. I've actually been writing fan music for various different fandoms since I was maybe 11. The first ones I can think of were actually Doctor Who songs,
Nice.
which I wrote as a sort of very young child, which are no good and are sort of lost to time, as they should be. But since then, I sort of realized, I like writing songs, and I can write songs just about the things that I love anyway. So I sort of ended up combining those interests overall. So I wrote a lot of songs about things like Dungeons & Dragons podcast that I really enjoy, and things like that, because it was my way of showing how much I love something and being able to share something I can create with the community as someone who isn't like a traditional artist or a fan fiction writer or anything like that. And I realized there's often not songwriters in a fandom. There actually are in this one, which is fantastic. But it was a fun way to sort of share what I love about these characters and these stories. And when it came to actually Minecraft content, I was into it for a while. I had been watching, as I said, I'd been watching a lot of MCCs, but there's not like story elements there. So it wasn't until Double Life actually that I started actually thinking, wait, there's a song in this. So I wrote the first song I wrote about a Minecraft series was my song called Red String of Fate, which I wrote about Pearl in Double Life. And I wrote that sort of very poetically and very sort of, poetically in the middle of Central Australia, because I was there for some like teacher exchange thing. And I was surrounded by all this like beautiful landscape, and then was just like, you know what I should do right here is write some music. So I wrote a song about Pearl's Double Life, and when I posted that, I really found this place in the fandom, which I then sort of continued to share and expand with the Canary song, and finding that people like music and like when you can sort of create something for the fandom. And this is what I can create.
Yeah, it's awesome. Do you have a favorite project you've worked on so far?
There's a few ways to answer this question, I would say, actually, because my favorite sort of more specific ones are any of the ones that I can collaborate with people on. I love collaborating and creating and sort of sharing the joy of creating. So for one of my songs that I've released recently, The Desert, I commissioned the artist Coco Bats to create art for it, which was really fantastic, and being able to share with them and work with them to really make a vision come to life. But also in that song, the reason I actually mention it is because I had some of my friends as well join as background singers to create some mob vocals, which nice. Some of them are in the audience, and got to sort of really build onto that idea of creating and sharing what I'm doing and involving other people, because I always really love to do that. And I've always loved to do that. Another one of my projects that I really love, and this is actually sort of an unknown one, so secret Jay Viney lore here, is that I was part of a fan community album for a Dungeons & Dragons series that I watched way back in like 2020, 2021. And part of that was that we wrote songs together, we recorded them, we got artists to help us with creating album covers and all of that. And I couldn't say anything about a favorite project without mentioning the sort of Sig Figs Collective, because of how much doing that actually inspired me to keep creating music. Before I did that, I was in a really sort of dead spot with my creation. I'd been studying music at that point and had really lost the love of making music and creating it, because it was just like, oh no, I'm just studying this. This is doing work. This is no fun anymore. But I found this sort of, again, just a community who I wrote a song for this show, and they liked that song and appreciated that song, and then found other people who also wanted to do that and shared with them, sang on some of their songs. They sang on some of my songs. Some of them even wrote songs specifically for me to sing. And it was this really lovely sort of sharing in this space. We ended up releasing like 5 full albums or something together with various, songs written by different people. So it's not related to Minecraft at all, but secretly there is always a place in my heart for that project, because of how much it did for me as a creator and songwriter and developer.
That's awesome. Anything you can tell us about projects you have coming up? Yeah,
actually, yes. I thought I didn't, but I recently signed up for and been accepted into a zine, a fanzine, which is called the Battle of the Bands zine. And part of that is going to have songwriters, which is really exciting because zines often don't. And so I often see all these zines and I'm like, I would love to be a part of that, but I don't write or draw. So I'm just going to continue to sort of be off to the side. But this one has songwriters. And so I've been working with a small group of people. I can't tell you too much about it because of spoilers and such. Even the people who are doing it don't know what we're doing. But I can tell you that it's sort of on the cards. There's stuff happening, and I've been working with a group to sort of explore different styles as well and get to play with musical ideas that aren't within my normal sort of indie folk pop style, which I am really enjoying and having a great time with. And it's sort of spanning all of the Life series. So I'm getting to work on some stuff with I'm trying to figure out if I can say it. I'll say it. We'll see. I'm getting to work on some Villies songs, so past life Villies, and having a lot of fun with that and working with that sort of evil era.
Yeah, that's fun. It's such a unique concept too, and I'm excited to see it.
It's going to be really fun, I think.
Tell us a little about the song you'll be performing a little later.
Yeah, so the song I'm going to be performing a little later is my song Red. Red is a real, I would say, a real turning point in my experience as a sort of Life series fan creator, in the sense of, well, part of it is that it absolutely blew up in a way that I really didn't expect it to. But to go back to sort of ground zero, it's about Pearl, who, as I've said, is my favorite. My absolute favorite, but it's about Pearl and Gem throughout, and their sort of dynamic between Secret Life and Past Life. So it explores their on again, off again sort of allyship, friendship, enemyship in a song. And basically when I first wrote it, I was really interested in the sort of, I like exploring the idea of separate lifetimes in my music, particularly in my Life series music, because it's a nice shorthand way to say there's lots of different versions of this story. And so I sort of started with this idea of almost a dream sequence of a flashback, and then kept pushing that idea. And I like there's a lot of emotion in this song in a way that I really didn't expect to come across as much. Like, it's got a lot of anger in it and a lot of sort of harshness. I performed this live once and literally like hurt my finger because I was strumming way too hard while singing it, because of it is that kind of song. And when I write music, especially for a fandom, I like to try and keep it generally still accessible for a public audience while still sneaking in little references to the thing here and there. So I've got all these references of, like, instead of saying Red Life, I've got like Till Your Blood Bleeds Red, which is my little sneaky way of saying this is actually about the Life series, but it also works more overall as a reference. So I've got other ones with like, are they still watching you, and things like that, are references to the Watchers and that kind of fan lore, fan theory as such. Are They Still Following is about the snails in wildlife. So there's lots of little sort of moments here and there that are kind of little references. But I think I really enjoy this song, and I think it's really fun, and it has a little bit of some time signature changes, which I always like to include because they make things funky.
Yeah. Awesome. Remind the audience, where can they find you?
My YouTube channel is just Jay Viney, and you can also use that exact same thing to search in Spotify or Apple Music, or I think Deezer, wherever you get your music, depending on who you are. All of that should be available just at Jay Viney, which is going to be JayViney with a space. But also I have a Tumblr account for my sort of music / art, whatever, which is Golden J Tone, which is my other sort of name I go by on social media.
Nice. Thank you, Jay, for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It's been very fun.
Everybody give it up for Jay. Next up, we're going to take a little break and go touch grass.
Where's the grass? Oh my god. You sort of have to anticipate it.
Yes.
Not going great. No. Almost got a cactus then. This is... Oh, I almost got that one. Oh.
Nice. Yep. There you go.
It does take a bit of... Oh, that's not the grass. I'm going to get exactly as much as I predicted. Oh my... Oh,
Nice.
I've beaten
Beat it.
my estimation. Literally,
Yay.
I won. I got 3. Let's go.
He didn't intend it as a versus, but I feel like we could do a versus. Like,
That's true.
At the same time.
Yeah,
Stealing
that's a good point.
too early.
Hold on. You're on it, though. The real challenge that I found was when it comes out of the dispenser sideways and you can't tell what it is
Yeah.
until it's like halfway down.
Oh my gosh, there were 3 right there, and I missed
Oh
them
my
all.
god.
I got 6.
How many did you get? 6!
Yeah.
That's an amount.
I like how simple it is, and it is extremely
know.
fun.
I know, I can see how Skiz got addicted to it.
Yeah. It's a good game to kind of help you improve your aim. I'm really bad at aiming
Yeah.
this game, so
Aiming is really, like, I'm not great at aiming, but it's really all I have because in any sort of PvP context, Australian thing gets me.
Uh-huh.
Oh. So if I'm not good at aiming, I have literally nothing I can do. Oh, okay. Well, I got 7.
nice.
All right, let's give it a go.
Let's see how this goes.
No,
I stole that one.
you did. Nope. I'm trying to get cactuses. It's not going well.
Nice. Ugh. Too low.
No, that's help. You know, I never saw anyone out in the actual Hermitcraft server struggle with actually identifying the right item. So, this is a
I
new
think when
challenge
they
I'm
first
having.
started, it was. I almost think that this has helped me. Like,
Yeah,
I have a
same.
smaller
I
section
think
to focus
exactly,
on.
right? I'm like, I'm only going for the ones here. Okay, how many did you get?
8.
8! We tied. I got 8 as well.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm happy ending it like that.
Yeah.
Now, for the first time ever on Last Month in the Worlds of Minecraft, Jay.
Last night I dreamed of a world much like our own, a world besieged, a world on fire, a world aglow. And as I watched, I saw 2 figures rise from the ashes. Astounded, I watched as they rounded on each other. I watched as one turned on the other to save another. I watched as she died. I watched the fire fade from her eyes. And then I woke. I woke and saw you through the dark. A world reborn. A world where we are worlds apart. Oh, when we were together, we were right and I. We were stormy weather, we were dynamite. We were stuff of legends back when we were friends. But you said we can't talk until your blood bleeds red. Say the game will never end. The scores can be erased. Your heart's still in your chest. Pull another from the deck. Ain't no bleeding, ain't no fighting, ain't no crying, ain't no dying. Say until this whole thing ends. Please just say we were friends. Over the hunger, over the pain, riding the beside you like nothing's changed. Over the bridges, over the trees, are they still following? Can you hear me? When we were together, we were ride and die. We were stormy weather, we were dynamite. We were stuff of legends, and we will be again. But you are only human, and your blood bleeds red.
Thanks, everybody. It's been a great show. Apologies once again to BWO. We ran out of time. See you next month. Have a good night.